All right, this is our loser semis. Daze versus Flash. A matchup that I'm sure we see a lot at like a lot of levels, but maybe not always at the highest level of play. I mostly see this, I feel like, in Asia, actually. This is like a match that I see a lot. In Japan, for instance, you have Chirara and Tai. These are like the two players I've seen play it. Like other people like that, but it's a classic. It's an interesting matchup because these are two of the most popular characters in the game, right? You know, I'm sure many people have played it at a lot of levels. 4TM, what up? Oh my god. You know, the one thing about Daze that I love about watching his pressure is that sometimes he just does that. He's just like, I'm going to close slash you to death. And he just starts smoking you with it. And like, it's really good, I think, because the other times he likes to pressure with like close slash into jump cancel, into like jump H, jump D, or like other things that I think are a little bit harder to deal with. Yeah, I love the round start interactions as well. One of the most important things about round starts is like Kai players love to round start 2D. This is a good round start option. It beats a lot of moves that hit high up, and it usually will trade at worst with a lot of things, and obviously sweeps are great to trade with because if they trade, you get a knockdown, right, which is really useful. He starts with this or 2S or far slash or whatever. I love Daze just walking, like taking a little bit of time and then hitting 2D, and it just completely beats it. Because if you get round start smoked by walk back 2D like that, then like, you know, it could be really bad. It could just lead to a really rough scenario for you to deal with. So it's important for you to like not get smoked in interactions like that. Nice pickup. I like that. Rising jump K. Good awareness for sure from Daze there. I love this. 6Ps through the fireball and then 2Ds the run up. Oh, this is a huge damage starter. That's an unfortunate drop. Tail end of that hit. Uh-oh. Yeah, it does choose to take the wall break. You don't have to there, right? But I think it's fine too if you want to. And you can safe jump here. Yeah, tries the backdash. I think the idea actually was either baiting a throw or trying to bait the DP. Instead of doing the safe jump, air dashed in and backdashed. You know, obviously, even though that's a safe jump, Flash can just go for like whatever he wants, like DPRC or something like that. Oh, no combo. Oh, the shock state actually, I think, made that not punish. Could have been slight range issue too. One thing about Kai in general is that you really, you know, you saw it like maybe 3 times in a row since the wall break. You do not really play the game when Kai has meter. It's just the threat of stun dipper means that anytime you look down here and you see this, you don't play the game. You just sit there. And it's because at any time he does this, right, and he spends the meter, it's 5-frame advancing special move that leads to a combo, and you can't really do anything because of it. You kind of gotta just chill. You have to accept that that's your life in that scenario, right? He just has meter, so you're not playing the game in the same way. And you're gonna see it again here as soon as he gets bar, and like the next interaction, like Daze tries to do stuff, and you just can't. Like you cannot disrespect the threat of it because it beats the drill clean right there. See that? You cannot disrespect it. It is an option that is like, it's just, yeah, it's just there. You have to deal with it. You cannot overcommit and do anything about it. You're just stuck. What are you going to do? It's that good. It's such a useful neutral option. You know, it's one of the things that really lets Kai get away with a lot of stuff because once he has bar, you just sit there and you're like, I don't want to get stun dippered. This sucks, right? So you just sit there and stop moving, and then Kai pulls all the way up on you. He just runs in and then starts pressuring with whatever he wants to pressure. I love that movement. The air dash back to bait the forward movement. Oh, that's a punish. That's a paddling. Although the thing is, he can just do it again. You know, he can just, at any point, he can just stun dipper here. So, like, if you're Dazed, you really cannot do too much. Okay. That is huge. What a confirm, by the way. I think this is something that I'm always very impressed by, is Daze confirms these close slashes out of the air so consistently. And he gets the 5D. That's her highest damaging break. That's not super. I think it's 5D, and then there's something else that's the same damage. I think DP also. Yeah, I'll talk a little bit about Daze's pressure in a minute here. I talked about it quite a bit yesterday. Spiral arrow? Okay, yeah, that sounds right. I thought it was one of her special moves that wasn't a wolf kick. For June, what up, June? Nice. Caught the backdash there. I like that there's a change from Flash here. He is, if you notice, like in this game, Look at how much more he is just running in and approaching. Instead of letting Geo approach him and trying to counterpoke, look at that. He is now the one running in and jamming in normals and trying to like approach instead of just letting Geo sit there and she approaches first. Instead, he's like, okay, I will commit to an action before, you know. Yeah, Daze streams. That's a safe jump. I love how often we see Daze do like little stagger steps up close, like backdashes to bait pressure, or goes for, oh, you have to, yeah, that was a burst bait. And because of that, it's not going to kill. Oh, you really cannot mess with that move. It's so, you know, it's so tough to deal with. Like, you really cannot counterpoke against 2D like that. It's really hard. This is a good example of like some interactions to think about as a Geo player. So like dash up 5k, a lot of Geo players will do dash up 5k into throw, or they'll do dash up 5k 214k late to try to catch a button, or they'll 2D or whatever. So I noticed the backdash here to try and bait the throw, and then 5h after, right? And then the DP to challenge at the end. So he kind of structures it around that dash up 5k. And he's looking to see if you're going to try to throw after or whatever, right? So that's like a good idea to think. Like, he takes a very simple option on paper, and it's not even like you can just reversal throw it immediately if you really want to, right? But like, he can run up and do dash 5k into jump, or dash 5k into dash cancel, or 2D, or 214k, or late 6p to catch something, or backdash. You know, he takes an option that on paper, just dashing 5k doesn't seem that useful. It's like, okay, well, you know, there's a lot of things that beat this. And then you can structure pressure around it very successfully, right? I think she is a character where less is more, you know? Wow, that really hit. That was like Laura's standing light kick in Street Fighter 5. Yeah, pretty solid confirm. You might be able to get slightly more if you had recognized earlier that on the first hit that it was airborne, but like that's like the best of like a 2-hit scenario probably. This hurts. No kill, but it's good damage and you get a knockdown. And you have positive bonus here, which is pretty big for... Oh. Man, the momentum... You really cannot slow down Daze at this point, right? Funny, up back there, too. Oh, no punish. -10 on gold burst. Ooh, that he tried to bait. He's really trying to bait these throws. Yeah, I like that option. I like that he just took matters into his own hand. He was like, let me just run up. I'm not trying to wait for him to commit first. Now, I think if you're Dazed, you can start throwing a bit more probably again because you've tried to bait throw so much, right? I like the backdash in a DP. Oh, that's bad. That might kill. Yeah. Does a lot of damage. You know, I talked about this when the game started about how high her damage was, and I was like, you know, like you kind of often forget it because there's so many other high damage characters, but her damage is wild. You know what I mean? It is absurd. You see it sometimes, you're like, oh my god. Man, he's still backdashing. I think Flash is really like... I like the choices that he's made to defend against Daze, though, in the sense that, like, he basically was like, okay, if you're going to just, like, continue to dash up on me over and over and then backdash, I'm just going to backdash myself, and I don't really have to worry that much about what you're doing. You know, I kind of like that as an idea in general, so he's like, I'm not just... I love that. That's so good. She doesn't really control the space very well, like, above her like this, right? She kind of has to DP to hit that angle. It's a good choice to bring out when you just need one hit to kill. But yeah, like, I think if your opponent is really staggering like that, doing backdashes are totally fine. I think also challenging or early throw is probably fine too. Because both of those options are good against like a stagger. Yeah, I like the challenge a lot. He's kind of been real loosey-goosey about offense, you know? So like if your opponent's like in your face backdashing, trying to bait throws, trying to stagger a lot, like you just hit the button. That's a bait. Yeah. I love that punish. Dashing 5D is a great punish there. Especially like if you're in the corner and the wall's low on health or something, for instance. But like it gives you a knockdown after that's quite good. The damage is excellent. So he doesn't have to worry about the wall getting beat up. This costs no meter to do. Right? The combo. He used bar to bait the thing, and you get a knockdown that's good afterwards. You see what I mean? You can get pressure after. That's great. It's like the damage on it is excellent. It's like you get whatever you want. You don't have to worry about the wall. You don't have to worry about spending meter. Ooh, that hurts. Yeah. If he was a little closer to the corner, it would have been worse. Safe jump. I love the challenging. I think it's a great... I talked about this yesterday with Jonathan versus Daze, but if your opponent's going to commit to options like that a lot, where they're kind of twerking on you, I think Symbolist, I talked about it too. Like, you know, challenging is an important option to bring out. It's not like you should do it every time, right? But you do need to do it. Oh, that was probably DP. Dead. Daze does it a lot in the corner too. If like a good example is if you're nice whiff punish. He's really doing a great job controlling the round start. I mentioned this earlier, right? He does a lot of walk back at round start to let Kai whiff. I love this little micro dash 5H. Oh, that could have been bad. Yeah, and he gets the juggle because it hit high. Damage on this is great. There's no super, but now next it will kill. If he break, especially if he gets near the wall and he hits like a combo into super. Oh my god, it hit the 2K. Okay, burst into the corner. That was actually a pretty sick confirm. Yeah, Daze just holding up back. He's like, I don't even want to deal with this strike throw nonsense. And then he challenges. Yeah, I think he was just like, I'm not dealing with this at all. I'm just going to hold up back. I like this choice. Like, a couple of good choices, honestly. Look at this 2D. This hits from so far. Like, he's 2K'ing all the way over here. It's cooked. There's no chance. It's rough. I love the up back into air dash. Just saying, like, I'm not even dealing with this. I'm just out. Like, I'm good. I'm cool. I don't need this in my life. Yeah, he's like, I don't need this in my life. I'm fine. I got a lead. You're going to try to backdash and forward dash and shimmy and bait me. It's the same kind of thing you can actually do to Daze's pressure, right? Because both of these characters pressure in similar ways. Here's the bracket, in case you haven't seen it. I think traditionally, Hotashi does pretty well, I think, in this. Like, whatever matchup he plays into Nago, I think he probably feels pretty good here. Confident against Jonathan. I think the way Jonathan likes to defend is actually maybe good for how Hotashi likes to pressure, actually. Eric's got a refurbish Herman Miller. I don't know if it really matters that much, but I think they're both good. One thing that's miserable about this matchup, and it's most matchups for Nago, is like the round start sucks. He does not have a lot of good ways with how his jump is and how his moves are. He does not have good ways to challenge like anything that Nago wants to do at round start. He's sort of at the will of Nago. Nago, I mean, it's like this with most matchups, right? There's not very many characters, I think, that have favorable round start RPS against them. If he hits you at round start, you know, you're going to eat like 70% or something a lot of times. Especially as Nago, or as Nago versus Zato, because Zato has, you know, really bad guts. It's quite bad for him. One thing that's important about this matchup, though, is that when Nago's high on blood like this, you know, it sort of changes the minigame with how he can approach with Clone and Beyblade and all that to deal with the RPS. So even this is a good one. He tries to oppose here, and he just gets stuffed by the 5K after Fukyo. I don't think he expected it. Jonathan with the burst, kind of a weird spot to burst. I mean, he's down so much. Yeah, he's down so much there. But maybe the idea was like, okay, he's high on blood. I'm going to burst here to try to regain control of the round. But it's, you know, hard to do. Unsummon, yeah, the oppose is there. Again, his approach is a little weaker. When he has no blood and opposes here, you see he can absorb Clone or Beyblade or whatever it is, right? Like, so that's much better for Zato, but then at the same time, you need Eddie Gauge to do it. Man, Hotashi just challenging, swinging, trying to hit him. He does not care at all. He's like, I gotta do something to deal with this. He's just like, I don't care what happens. Yeah, burst immediately. He didn't want him to do like close slash into burst or something else instead. See, again, I think the way Hotashi pressures with the staggered close slashes and stuff, pretty good against how Jonathan likes to defend. And 6H is also a very good move against how Jonathan likes to defend too, because it catches up backs really well, and it's like very good on block if you're up backing compared to what it normally is. And what's it called? If it counter hits you or something, if you accidentally FD and miss and you get counter hit, you just die. That was a great pickup in corner carry though. Kind of unfortunately he got no combo off that, but man. Oh no. Dead. I don't even know if the combo would have killed if he did the right combo, because Nago guts and health would have been pretty rough. Damn. Hotashi looks so confident. He looks like he doesn't give a shit what Jonathan is doing at all. And when someone plays like that and they're winning against you, that is really bad. You know what I mean? That is a bad feeling. As it's also bad for your chances as well. Yeah, he tried the empty low setup there, but the backdash. Pretty common setup, right? You do the drill, and then the drills will pull you in. You can see Nago's looking the wrong way. The drills pull you this way, right? And then you get to do a little setup here, but yeah, I mean, there's a gap that he backdashes. Nago has such a good backdash for a lot of reasons. It's not just the invuln frames and the speed that are good. It's also the range afterwards is almost always more favorable for him than it is for you. All right, caught the backdash, and then the immediate burst. One thing about Hotashi is that he does those insta bursts quite a lot, actually. Like right when you hit him, he bursts real fast so that you don't even get a chance to like pre-burst bait. You kind of are like already in that situation. It's a really interesting part about this matchup, by the way. Most characters need to do this. They need to check Fukyo forward. But as you can see, Zato's reward for it is miserable. Like, he hit him with 5p, 5p, 2p, and then he did drill, and the drill doesn't even combo. He just got counter hit because Hotashi tried to challenge it, which is, you know, it's fine. You can challenge it on hit or on block. But, like, it's like, so bad, right? Like, he doesn't get anything from that situation. It's, like, so, without meter or without having Eddie Gauge to do something, like, there's nothing, right? This is so bad. So, it's totally worth Hotashi gambling with stuff like that Fukyo. Oh, he's gonna pop. Even his punish on pop is bad. So, like, it's, you know, it's the risk is worth doing. Like, it seems kind of silly. You're like, why do you risk such a big thing? But, oh, he missed it. Damn, you tried the 6H and you missed it? I remember one time saying that you could do 6H off of that, and people were like, you can't do it. They're like, it's impossible. Like, it doesn't work. And I was like, you just gotta, it's a link. Just gotta hit the link. It depends on your blood level, right? So, but I mean, right there, he had a full bar. Again, that punish sucks. And it's not like Jonathan is even doing a bad punish. It's just like, that's the punish, you know what I mean? That's so scary. 6H is really scary for Zato to deal with because of his... Okay, this is really bad for Hotashi. Well, he's gonna pop or close to it. I like the jump D. Oh. That is tragic. He has no... This might have saved him. This might have helped with the blood. He has no business winning this round, though. The jump D to bait the 6p is pretty good here. And then this. Oh. Yeah, that's pretty rough. Yeah, there's no recovery there. Not much you can do. Try to backdash. Command throw scary now. He does challenge it, right, though. I love the back Fukyo, by the way. I assume Jonathan thought he was going to commit to like a forward advancing special. But I think it's very smart to back Fukyo. Yeah, see, I think he thinks like, oh, he's going to hit something. But back Fukyo is a great way to reset there. Oh, that was a good try. Resummon. It's a lot of Eddie Gauge gone. Oh, I wonder if that was supposed to be Sword Super. Again, he bursts immediately a lot. That's something you have to scout if you've never played against Hotashi, or if you haven't played against him in a while. He does those immediate bursts quite a bit. Is Nago gonna live? Okay. 2S killed him after that. That is the nature of this kind of thing. Hotashi's gonna fling himself at you because the risk reward is so bad for Zato, right? It's like you're just willing to just send it because, you know, it's strategically fine to do, actually. Oh, that's a big gold burst, actually. Yeah. Not only does it kill Eddie there, but it means this situation is going to happen, and he can commit to this because obviously he landed a command grab, so it doesn't matter that much. We gotta block close slash after him. And this is so miserable. That is so bad. Oh, throw gets baited, dead. Oh my god. Yeah, you can beat Fukyo forward with 5p, but 5P is just bad as a punish to it. You know what I mean? It's just a weakness Zato has. But at the same time, you know, he's good in other positions on the screen against Nago. The biggest problem is we haven't really seen Jonathan be able to hold space with Eddie at all. Right? We haven't seen him like be doing oppose or drills over here. Nice punish. That was great. The oppose to absorb this, drunkard into frog to catch this, right? Obviously, Hotashi cannot cancel because the blood's too high.
There we go. Absorb and then launch with the drunkard shade, and then gets
that is a big win. Especially because you get sword in the knockdown in the mix up here. Hotashi will probably try to scramble out, I'm guessing. In this case. Okay, he didn't really have to, actually. There was not really a reason to scramble. He was in a fine position. There wasn't really that scary of a mix. Yeah, he would have landed on the drill if he didn't PRC. That was great. This PRC back late after, it not only beats the anti-air attempt, but it gets him a ton of blood back. He can now risk with like Beyblade. He can let it rip with Beyblade or clone Fukyo. Damn, I wonder if he wanted close slash there, actually. Perfect 6P from Jonathan. That 6P might save him. Yeah. That early burst. That 6P could save the round here, to be honest with you. Scary. Not much you can do if you're Hotashi there. I think that 6P is what did it. Getting that space there and stopping him from winning like the interaction is so important. Well, the dangers of challenging at round start against Nago. I think for this character in particular, other characters, like, you might have better challenges and stuff, but with Nago, it's kind of... Or Nago versus, what's it called? Zato, it's pretty rough. Command grab will kill now, which is really scary. Regular throw kills. Stat kills. Really good control. I like that he didn't jump. He's been sending it with, like, super jump H a lot when he has him cornered. I wonder if maybe it's to catch his own jump back or jump over preemptive drill or a summon or whatever, but I think that control was much better there. Just hammering 2S at him. Oh, nice. Wow, did you see backdash completely go through Eddie there? That was fucked up. You see that? Man. Yeah, that thing of it is about Zato hitting 5P or 2P is that, especially if you block it, you should challenge after a lot of times, because it's not actually that you would assume like, oh, 5P on hit must be so good that if he cancels into whatever, right? Like, I'm just chilling, I can do whatever. But like, yeah, as like another, I do the same thing when I'm fighting against this character and he's doing 5P, 5P, 2P or whatever on me. I just mash, because if you get hit by drill, it doesn't matter. Drill doesn't do any damage. You like don't care that this hits you. But if you don't mash and then he does pierce like this, which Hotashi mashed too slow of a button here, right? But if he gets away with pierce, then you might be in this position. You know what I mean? So that's why, like, you know, challenging on it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that was smart of Jonathan, though. I think he recognized, like, all right, it's probably a good time to do it. That's good. I actually think that throw is better to react to Fukyo with than 5P. Because, like, you get a setup off of it and the reward's better, you know. Good scout. Dude, that is fucked up. Can I just say, that backdash going through Piers, that is fucked up. Oh no, no unsummon or anything is pretty rough there. That was to get rid of the blood. Yeah, he's got to not get command grabbed, yep. I don't even think he should have RC'd, maybe. He didn't need to, but it worked out okay anyway. RC was like a safe option. I think he didn't want to get scrambled after. Right here, you cannot get hit by command grab. Because if he command grabs, which he might have tried, he probably did, then you might lose a round. But if you don't get command grabbed, you're fine. It's hard to lose a round as long as you don't get command grabbed there. Man, that round start, that seems real pesky. Wow, that was actually really unfortunate. I don't know how often this misses, but 5K, 6K just barely out of range here. And then it not comboing meant that he actually got a gold burst instead of a blue burst. And then it made it pretty safe. But it's unfortunate because Also, I think Jonathan would have preferred it comboed, and he just got a burst that hit. Kind of a weird situation. Oh no. I think he's dead. Oh, not quite. I mean, he's basically dead because when he gets up... Yeah, okay, he caught the jump back, it looked like there. Or backdash. I didn't see which, but I was looking at the meter. I assume he just tried to escape it. Of course you YRC, and then at that point, Jonathan's in a bad spot. He's gonna just send it. He gets to mix him up, make him guess. Oh no. That hurts. It didn't break the wall either, which is really bad because like 6H in a super at this point, if it hits him, is horrendous. Okay, this is huge. Oh, it did combo out of the air. That's huge. Try to backdash again. Goes overhead that time. Double overhead. That's actually totally fine for Hotashi because the frog breaking the wall means that Jonathan doesn't get to spend his meter to reset Eddie here. So Hotashi is actually in a perfectly fine spot. He's like a hitting some change from winning. Okay. That's an unfortunate interaction he lost, but oh. What? He could have won right there. Hotashi could have got up and smoked him. Never take your hands off the stick. Well, Shige, no. Uh-oh. Nice block. Okay, well, he blocked the cross-up. He blocked the late overhead. He did not block the late overhead. The late night show, that was fucked up. I feel like I blocked this. There's no way I blocked that. I gotta be honest. I think I'm with Hotashi on this one. I can admit there's no chance there. I feel pretty confident saying the cross-up. I usually block that okay. But, yeah, that was not okay. The last little jump K. Important that this string lasted so long that it gave time for Jonathan to have Zato back, or Eddie back pretty quick here. Uh-oh. It's a good thing he didn't hit a button there. One thing I see a lot of players do with Zato is when Eddie gets hit by a move like this, and they see it hit Eddie, they're like, oh shit, it hit Eddie, and they do something. But it's still going to hit you. Or like Gold Lewis BT, or like something that doesn't hit immediately, like it has a lot of active frames. Zato players will occasionally get hit by that. You have to be very careful. Yeah, Ram Super is another example. You have to be cautious about that. Oh, that is, yeah, immediate burst. Hotashi loves the burst there. Okay. He's got no blood. He's got no blood. This is negative blood now. That wall splatting sucks. Yeah, Hotashi did not want that to wall splat. He saw him shake his head like, oh no. This is huge. Oh, and he traded with Pierce. There's no... That's it. That was so important. This is maybe one of the most important things in the set here. That he hits a button. He hits 2K. It hit from... Oh, it hit Eddie first. It did hit Eddie. I thought so. And then it hit Zato and traded with Drunkard. Oh, man. This is the importance, though, of challenging against Zato's pressure. You do need to hit stuff occasionally. When you see Pierce like this, right, it's okay to challenge because there's a gap between the two hits on hit if he doesn't do something to make a combo. And in this case, Jonathan does Drunkard, right? Like, there's also a gap here. There's space for you to wiggle. That trade is humongous because it means that there's no more Eddie. There's nothing to worry about here. Backdash BRC, he's Omega dead. That was close. That was real close. I think it's very easy with a character like Eddie where you have to be so precise. When you fight somebody who's really good in scrambles, like Eddie is not a... You know, Zato is not a character where you want to fight scramble. Everything is just real loosey-goosey and I gotta play it by like whatever's happening. And this is all fine. Like, that is not really what you want, right? We never saw him really slow it down and get to like use a pose and drills from full screen to deal with what's it called, Nago either. It's hard though. Oh yeah, poor Daze. Man, I was watching a stream before the tournament and he was like, you know, I really don't have a good plan for Zato. And who does he struggle with in this tournament? Well, he lost yesterday, or in the footage yesterday, to Jonathan. And who is he fighting in losers finals of the event here? That is Jonathan's favorite defensive option. He loves doing this on defense. He will up back and then BRC down right away. This is great because it will get him out of the way of like a lot of normals and stuff, but it also will be throw. And it gives you like a BRC punish on throw. It allows him to reposition and then punish with stuff, right? In this case, you know, he didn't commit to anything, but it's a very common defensive option that Jonathan likes doing. Well, it didn't hit her. Maybe he slightly missed time. She's also little. Meaty drill. Oh, try to backdash to beat the, what's it called? Command grab there, probably. Throw. H. Is 2D more damage than 5H there, I wonder? Maybe 2D is a better setup, too. Either way, there's not a lot of options to win if you're Daze in that position. Maybe he just thought it wouldn't kill on the OTG anyway. Nice. I love that he summoned, actually. Instead of, like, just doing drill or something. Oh. That sucks. Oh, I think that maybe he recognized that he was going to get hit there and he wanted to bail, but he didn't have a good way to bail. Sword here? Yeah. Oh, he missed his dash. Unfortunate. He could have actually pressured and gotten in a good position. Nice block. That's bad. Okay. Oh. He was a little mistimed there on the 6P. It's funny that her drill is like actually just fast enough that sometimes you can miss the 6P and just slow enough that sometimes you will be too fast on your 6P. You know what I mean? Like it's it's like a curveball. Like 6Ping it is like a weird because sometimes you're just too early and sometimes you're just too late and you're like, dude, why is it like, it's like right in that weird speed. That was a good BRC. Oh, that was tragic. I didn't realize, and I don't think Daze did either, that before he drifted here, he did drill. I didn't even see the drill start up. So Daze is like, let me just get out of the way. And I don't think he realized at all that drill was there. I don't know if he could have avoided it easily either. Yeah, rough spot to be. You don't have a lot of meter. Eddie's on top of you. Drill's on top of you. You got to guess. Command, throw, strike, low. Tap dust. He didn't have any Eddie gauge left, I think. So 5D is not as scary, but... This is a classic. This is something you have to do in fighting games. Round start 5H whiffs. Something that's important in fighting games is that just because you whiff doesn't mean you shouldn't attack after ever. I love that he just 2Ps the dash after. You gotta keep him honest. You know, just because you whiff doesn't mean that you have to let Geo dash all the way up and throw you and do whatever. It's okay to re-challenge space with something shallower, right? Like, you know, he preemptively puts out this button and says like, hey, I'm gonna fight you here and deal with this space rather than just let you dash up and do what you want. You know, you have to actually make her really whiff punish you or really dash up and throw you or whatever, right? So next time, maybe Daze will commit to a button even earlier. And if that happens, then you're like totally fine, right? Because you're like, all right, cool. Like, if you commit to a button early, then I don't do anything and your pressure is a bit worse. Ooh. That hurts. Zato's got bad guts for combos like this. Like, these things really explode him. When this character does like 5H counter hit, 5H super, you're just dead. What a freeze frame. See, yeah, he did the same thing. I love that adjustment from Daze. You see that? Like, he let him whiff, and then he's like, all right, keep swinging. And Jonathan, like, whiffs, and then he just swings again. He's like, I got it. Let me fight for this space. And then he just was like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, Daze is like, all right, look, I get it. You don't want me to come up into your space. I'll just wait a sec. You know? Like, I'll just chill. It's cool. Yeah, I was looking for a burst bait. He needs to hit that frog there, actually. You really cannot let Zato just do this. You have to like hit it preemptively with like 2K here or 6P right here or 5P. I don't know what's better for Geo. Probably 6P. Yeah, I feel like it's better to almost hit it and try and get hit by it than to let him get away with that, because you get put in this position. I'm kind of surprised he didn't do that. Hey, oh yeah, you got to hit it there too. Okay, okay. This is a thing. I see, I see. It's not an isolated incident. He's not hitting the what's it called? He's not hitting the frog. Oh, that sucks. I like that. I like that he just pulled all the way up too. He was like, look, I'm just gonna double dash and do it. A lot of Jonathan's pressure is very like, you know, after your action, he has an action plan, like up back into whatever he's gonna do or whatever is happening. I like that. I also love the round start change again from Daze. We saw him wait a couple of times. This time he just does dash far slash. Excellent. I love that idea too. He just takes that space right away instead of waiting. Another good adjustment. Oh, that was cool. Ah, that sucks. Hard to burst. I don't think that's a great spot to burst always, because he can just do close slash jump cancel or close slash break the law, right? Gotta be careful. Oh, this hurts. Her next hit could kill here. Yeah, that 5H, if it counter hits into super, you're dead. Oh, no challenge on Pierce either. Surprised no like 5P. If 5P must hit Pierce, right? Oh, that was unlucky that her jump didn't hit there. Ah, that's rough. Yeah, that's rough. He's been hit by meaty drill a lot, actually. I wonder what he's been trying on wake up. Maybe he's been trying to up back or something. Oh, I guess he just got hit by the drill there. I see, I see. That's not really his fault, yeah. He might have just thought there was a gap that he could move in. What's the round start weight maybe this time? Oh, I like 5K. It was maybe an attempt to poke against 5H or something. Ow. Wow, I'm surprised he was able to move Eddie all the way up there. That was good awareness from Jonathan to slide Eddie all the way up during that. This is okay. Nice. I love that. That was great. Oh no, he didn't get close slash. It's okay though. It worked out. You know, I think it seems like Daze is not that comfortable hitting Eddie. The more I watch, the more it seems like he's not super confident with his answers. Like, I think he has the idea about what to do. Like, right there is a good example, actually. This should not happen. You should not block both hits of Pierce from Zato with nothing in between. Like, that kind of stuff should not really happen that often. You always block away from Zato. Yeah, you don't block Eddie at all. You block the character, never their summons, usually. It seems like he's actually not that confident in hitting, what's it called? Hitting between it. That time he tried. Okay, okay. Ooh, and right there, he could have hit Frog, although maybe it didn't matter because the gauge was lower. But like right here, when Frog is recovering, you can hit him. I don't know if it's going to increase the time or whatever. It probably doesn't matter, but he could have probably challenged with 2D there. There's a pretty big gap. Yeah, 7 frames, I think sounds right, in between the two hits of Pierce by itself. Again, you could probably hit him right there too as he goes to the other side. Nice, I love that. Yeah, I think 2D is probably the answer to a lot of those situations. Right here, you could hit the frog too. You need to watch his hands. The important thing for me about fighting against Eddie is when he's doing stuff from full screen, you can tell what the next action is going to be by what his hands are doing. Knowing whether you should challenge or if he's unsummoning, because like it looks different when he unsummons. Oh, you got smoked. That's unfortunate. Yeah, dead. No, he does the motion is different. He does the opposite direction when he's unsummoning. He like moves his hand downwards. So you can tell whether he's canceling into something else after or if he's unsummoning. So what I do is like in neutral, a good example. I'll give you an example of why that matters. In neutral right here, he summons Pierce, right? His next action, you'll know whether he's doing unsummon or not by what his hands do. So like he has an animation specifically for unsummon. And if you see unsummon here, then you would dash to take up space, right? You would move forward like this because you see unsummon. You're like, okay, there's no Eddie. I can move forward before it. But if you don't see that, then he's doing a thing and you should poke it, right? So in this case, you shouldn't jump. You should be looking to poke Eddie. You know what I mean? So like that's the way to think about how to approach it.
Ooh, trying to chase down with a jump punch.
Kind of a greedy summon from Jonathan, but I think it didn't end up mattering that much. Even right there, he might have been able to challenge and then hit Eddie, and then he might have got hit by Zato after, or he could have done something fast enough that I wouldn't have. That's fine. Yeah, even against the pose, actually, I think like if you hit 5p here, thinking you're gonna, or 2p, thinking you're gonna hit the piers, and he does a pose, you are able to block in time probably. I'd have to look at it. I'm really actually curious about some of the answers that Gio has. Oh, that was a good delay from Jonathan. Perfect. Yeah, that was perfect. 2K2D from Zato is the end of his pressure, and he often does drill here, right? Or he can do Drunkard Shade, and if you delay it and your opponent tries to hit a button to beat it, which he did, you get this route off Drunkard. Yeah, perfect awareness. That's obviously a very studied confirm from Jonathan. I'd have to look at what specifically Gio's answers are. I'm very curious. This actually might, the burst might whiff. Oh, okay.
So it actually does whiff. He had the burst out in time. Sometimes it actually hits afterwards. It's definitely a weird super. But either way, Jonathan Tene in the corner here trying to
BRC down. It didn't hit him though. Oh yeah, and right there, another challenge spot too. Nice. Yeah, I have to look at it. I actually think that watching this, I think that the big issue is that Daze, it seems like his responses to Eddie are a little, like, not snappy, like they're not drilled into him. You know what I mean? So maybe he doesn't fight, he doesn't have all the answers memorized, and then he doesn't, like, react to them immediately. If you watch him against every other person he played, he seemed, like, so confident. You know what I mean? Like, he had every single situation. He looked so clean. His spacing was, like, perfect. You can kind of tell the difference in that matchup alone, that his matchup knowledge is maybe not as practiced. And it's funny because I think that's probably the difference maker in this tournament. Without Jonathan being here, I mean, I think he did well against literally every other person. That's probably something for him to think about. It's like one of those tournaments where you're like, God damn, man, okay, now I got to go home and like really figure out what I'm supposed to do against Zato. That's clearly like the problem, you know? And it's hard too. I don't blame him. I think having matchup knowledge gaps against a character like Zato is extremely normal. So this is Grand Finals. Jonathan's in loser side. Do they call it Grand Finals, or is it like upper bracket, upper final? Oh, it's Grand Finals. Man, this round start is always, it always looks so brutal, does it not? That's great. That was actually really important. Probably the only time you see 2P, 2P, 2P work, and you're just like, hell yeah. Oh, that's rough. You have to guess too whether he's gonna commit to command throw again like that, or if he's gonna like do close slash or something. Goes low, goes overhead. The IB is important there because sometimes if you don't IB frog, sometimes Zato will run up farther and it'll actually create a situation where you can like throw or challenge or whatever. That's the thing about like IBing Pierce and pose. Sometimes it leaves you closer than the Zato players expect and it messes up their setups or their pressure. I do the same thing quite often for the same reason, that if you IB it, it can actually make situations where even if they hit you after, their spacing is not quite right. No burst on the table. Sword for the reset. Overhead. Yeah, at that range you kind of just block overhead, right? Sword again. Drill. Goes low. That's cheap. The wall break's kind of bad for you though. Because of this, yeah. Man, he tried command grab again. You sack of shit. Oh.
Oh boy. Again, really smart from Jonathan to be keeping.
He really tried command grab like 9 times that round. Ah, that was an important IFD. He got him so much space. Overhead. Goes low. Drill. No unsummon? Okay, so he's willing to eat the Eddie gauge. If he doesn't unsummon, I think you basically don't challenge, actually, because there's nothing scary there, and you just wait. Yeah, this is the end. Fukio's forward after the drill. Kind of an unexpected choice. Again, you see him challenging on those jab sequences. Something important to do, because if he tries to challenge with like an Eddie summon here, like, you know, 2K will hit it. Or the nice thing is, like, if he opposes even, it will, what's it called? Yeah, that's going to be a stuff. Ooh, that's bad. It will hit it, and if he doesn't, then, you know, you get hit and it doesn't matter that much. He has like no blood because of that far slash sequence. Okay, he's gonna pop. Okay, never mind. Okay.
All right, 1 round apiece. Jonathan Tene looking really
It all worked
strong in
out.
the first round, but here
No
comes
pop, no
Hotashi
problem.
getting
All
the
good.
momentum,
Common round
getting
start.
the half damage
A lot of
again.
damage.
Half damage
Resets.
right there.
All the blood's gone. He's chilling.
Yeah, and it's all discouraging.
Man, he did do Pierce that time, and Hotashi didn't challenge, actually. That's like one of the only times baited. Nice. And the drop. You hate to see it. What did he do wrong in the combo? Let me look. Oh, his jump S didn't actually hit him. Yeah, it looked like it ran. He did it too. I can't tell if it was too fast or too late, but the jump S just didn't hit at all. Maybe it's harder against heavies. I actually don't know. Anytime someone drops a combo on Leo or Nago or Pot or whoever, I just assume it's harder to hit against heavy. Because most of the time I drop combos against Nago, it's because he's heavy. Or like Leo or any big character, you know. The big characters are harder to combo. Yeah, that's why you can't do it, right? Even if this is on hit, you can't really get away with like 5p, 5p, but especially not on block. You can't just do like 5p, 5p into Pierce. You know what I mean? Or any summon really, right? Like even if it's Frog or whatever it is. Oh no. Yeah, I think Jonathan tried regular throw, I would guess. Damn, that beat far slash. 5k is an excellent button. Imagine not having 5k. 7 frame button deals a ridiculous amount of damage if it hits. He's got great confirms off. Imagine not having 5k. That button is so good. Remember when it was 5 frames in the beta? Oh. Yeah, he's dead.
You know, remember how it ended last time? Hotashi said, "I can't believe you went for that command throw." And he
yeah, that's 2-0. It's a beatdown. Yeah, Jonathan's had a lot of small errors that really cost him in these 2 games, and Hotashi's playing hot. Like that's the 2 things, right? He's making some errors, and Hotashi's he's playing like he's gonna win. You know what I mean? Which is like a really tough thing to deal with. When your errors are adding up and your opponent's just playing like they're the best to ever do it, like they're so confident.
Yeah, and again, you know, there was a lot of modesty when Hotashi.
It's interesting. This matchup, people talk about it in both ways. That like it's like impossible for Nago, or like it's not that bad. I think people are not sure. Honestly, it's a hard matchup to see specialists in either way. You know what I mean? Yeah, no Eddie gauge here is really bad at all. That IFD actually might have made it harder for Hotashi to challenge the summon. Yeah, people used to talk about it like it was unwinnable. That sucks. Make sure that gap right there and the sandwich pressure doesn't get thrown. So Hotashi risks it and it pays off. Now he's on tournament point. Yeah. Just a little error like that. Oh no. He does take the wall break. Yeah, just like that, and the burst is off the table as well. He ended up baiting the burst to get to this point. So Jonathan, no challenge. He's just willing to wait it out. Is he gonna sword super? Yeah. This actually doesn't matter that much unless you get hit. Yeah, and he didn't get hit. Yeah, it doesn't matter. None of that matters until the mix-up happens and the hit hits or not. The rest of it is just like, it looks scary, but it's not that scary. Ooh, yeah, he got lucky that backdash did not get hit. Important 6p, and oh, he summoned. That sucks. He hit the 6p, and then he like summoned kind of late even, right? He summons at like the last second. If he doesn't summon here, he still has Eddie gauge, and now he has no Eddie. So yeah, you know what I mean? What can you do? He summoned right at the end. That's really unlucky. If he doesn't summon there, he has Eddie gauge earlier, and you notice like he builds up the Eddie gauge right now, finally. So he wants to summon, but it's just too late. Yeah, well played. Well played for sure. Hotashi looked great in this grand finals. Jonathan looked great in winners finals in comparison, but it's hard. You know, it's like hard to stay with your mind like focused and play clean with a character like Zato for a long time, I think, especially in tournament. It's very easy for things to just,
Thanks
you know,
for
fall
making my
apart.